Yo, what is up, you guys? Thanks for joining in to another Cup of Joe with Jag. As always, I have my Cup of Joe. He's got his Cup of Joe right there. I'm Jag. I did that backwards this time, but welcome back to another episode. Last episode, we had an amazing individual, Tyler Ratliff, talking about the Army, how he joined the Army, how he keeps God close to his heart, and whenever he's in situations like that, how he's able to focus on God, being in a place that necessarily might not really want to, include God and everything like that. And we talked about some other testimonial things. If you want to go check that out, click on the channel. It'll be right over there for you guys. But today, I have an amazing individual. This kid is absolutely incredible. He's extremely focused. He is a very good, almost like evangelist in his world of influence. Like your games and stuff like that, dude. Rocket League, he goes, you play like Fortnite, maybe? I don't know, you're a Fortnite kid? Roblox kid?
Not really.
Not really? Nah, he's out of that age. He's 18. 18, yeah.
19.
He's 19, dude. He's a grown-up. He don't play those childish games. Gosh, oh my gosh. Who plays Roblox at 19? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I do sometimes.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Dude, even Lincoln, like, he introduced me to Roblox and everything like that, and I tried it out. I'm sorry, Lincoln. I apologize, buddy. I love you, dude. I just couldn't get into it. I don't know.
You haven't played the right games yet.
Yeah, the right modes and stuff. Yeah, no, that's probably what it is. No, I feel that. But this kid right here had an amazing opportunity. Go ahead and let the people know what happened.
So I got to go on a mission trip. Was it last week?
I believe so.
Two
yeah,
weeks
it was
ago.
I think it was 2 weeks ago. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Let's go to your camera roll and just look. Just kidding. Go look at the past photos.
I do have a really good video from over there. Yeah. But yeah, it was really awesome. I've always wanted to go on a mission trip since I was like 7, so I was really excited to get the opportunity to go.
That's awesome, dude. Well, starting it off, dude, with our first question regarding your trip. What kind of relationships did you create while in Mexico? What people did you meet that you just had this connection with?
So there's a lot of people over there that are kind of just like us. You wouldn't expect it, but there's like, a bunch of same problems that we have here in America sometimes. And not all of them are the same type of stories, but several of them are. And we got to go to a drug rehab place, and we got to share our testimony there.
Oh, wow.
And it was kids, I think it was 11 through 27, and we got to tell our testimony to them, and then they shared some of their testimonies to us.
Don't be spoiling now. Don't be spoiling.
It was awesome. So
that's a later question. I was like, don't be spoiling it now. No, I'm totally kidding with you, man. I'm totally joking with you.
One of the biggest things is our translator. I had a pretty good relationship with our translator, and so did, I think, everyone that went. His name is Itai. He was really, 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 really cool. Really cool guy. Played soccer a lot and destroyed me in soccer. I didn't realize how bad I was at that game. But.
Dude, I agree with you on that one. The same for me. I've been to Africa a few times. So with these kids in Africa, dude, they were kicking butt. They knew what they were doing. Like I was saying, they knew what they were doing. And like I said, also, like, that's their livelihood, man. That's what they do. That's their sport and everything. And so probably Mexico is probably the same way too, because a lot of countries are into football. Football compared to football in America.
Either way you look at it, football, both goated sports.
I mean, honestly, it's true. That is true.
Very
Here in America,
popular.
it is. And so, building in those relationships, were there certain people in the churches that you got to pray for that really, like, you got to really make life change for certain individuals?
So, on Sunday, which is a day we went to a church in Mexico over there, three of us got to share a testimony, and I was one of those three. And it was interesting because I told my testimony in front of our church before,
Mm-hmm.
and we have like maybe 40 people that were there when I shared my testimony at our church. But over there, they only had like 12.
Wow! Oh
Yeah.
my gosh! So it's a small,
Yeah,
it's a smaller
small.
church.
Yeah, and they had kids running around everywhere. And then after we got to do our testimonies, Sheldon got to preach over there.
Mm-hmm.
And we went outside with all the kids and got to play games and do a little skit for them. And our skit was about how Peter didn't trust Jesus and he fell in the water.
Yeah.
And that's what our whole skit was about. So it was pretty good opportunity. One of my favorite moments, I think it's Ben Morgan's favorite because he's quoted it quite a bit while we're on our way back.
He's a hoot. Love you, man.
We made a sword, a balloon sword, and we got taught how to make balloon animals and balloon swords.
I remember this story.
So
yes.
We made a balloon sword, and I made the little kid one, and Ben made one for himself, and he was fighting with the kid.
Mm-hmm.
And the kid's, like, the long part of the sword thing broke, and he just had the handle.
Yes.
It popped, and so he just had the handle. So he flips it around and says, "Pistola!" And then he starts shooting everybody. And the funniest part is that he ran into the church while Sheldon was preaching,
Yeah.
and acted like he was shooting Sheldon, and then he turned around to their lead pastor at that church and started acting like he was shooting him too. So
Oh my
It
gosh.
was interesting.
The wonders of a child, man. I'm telling you. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. And going into the next question, man, you had mentioned that you had shared your testimony at the churches and stuff. And so going into detail, what was your testimony that you shared with those people? What was one thing that really stood out to you in the testimony too,
That's a good question.
I want full details. Bullet points, man. Bullet points. No, I'm just
So-
kidding.
So I just gave my testimony like normal, but it was kind of weird having to pause for Itai, the translator, to translate, in between that. But I was really just talking about how, the struggles I went through, which is not that much. I've been blessed enough to have a really good family and stuff like that. But I dealt with like pornography and stuff like that. And so I told about that and how Jesus set me free from that. And how it felt like a weight just got lifted off my shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And so it felt good in the moment after doing it because there was a guy in the background that went, "Amen, brother man." But like
Respect, dude.
the equivalent of that, but in Spanish, I think. Because
Really?
he said something in Spanish, but at the end he said "Amen," so I don't know what he said, but
That's
awesome.
awesome though. That's really cool. That's awesome. And so now, with all of the serious questions done and over with, we're done with the serious part of it now. Now for the fun questions, man.
Uh-oh.
Starting off with my first one, I am a food guy. I like food. I'm like Shaggy. I eat and eat and eat and never get full. I just keep eating. Of course, my body now is different from when I was like 18. Now my body's like, oh, time out, buddy.
Can't eat that much.
You can't eat that much no more, man. I can't handle it no more. I don't
Yeah.
process like I used to, man. You better slow her down. But talking about the food, just tell us, how was the food over there?
Incredible. It was absolutely phenomenal. Like, we had on base, we had people chefs that would cook for us, and they did a phenomenal job because every single meal was just there was at least one thing that you would love there. I mean, it was really good. One thing I will say is that I'm not a spicy type person, and so they had a lot of spices there that I had to build up a tolerance to.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So like even their like beans they have over there is like really spicy.
Really?
Yeah.
I've always been told like their traditional Mexican food is not as spicy as American food. But it's like the total opposite then?
In some way, like so they try to. I'll put it this way. The American food they try to make over there is not spicy. Like so, if they try to make something spicy that would be here in America,
like Buffalo Wild or Buffalo Wings or something.
It's not gonna be that spicy. But if they make a burrito, believe me,
they can light you up.
They know how to make that thing to where your face is gonna be red by the end of eating it.
You know how like when in salsa, man, they chop up the peppers and then put it in a blender and then blend it up.
That's just me. It could be not that bad. I just like I said, I have a low spice tolerance. So.
Yeah, no, kind of depending, I guess. It's like you know how we blend the peppers up. For them, they just put the peppers all in there, like just Tabasco peppers, just line them up on the middle. And bon appetit! There you go, amigo. There you are. Enjoy. I try to use my face to unlock his phone. Face ID doesn't. I don't look like him. I don't think I look like you. What do you think?
If
put
I
it in the
didn't have
comments.
the beard, I think yeah.
If I didn't have the beard. Yeah, maybe, And then some other, really fun questions. I noticed you guys had gone to the beach, actually. Got to go into the water, into the oceans a little bit, or something like that.
Yeah. I have a little funny
not
story
a good,
to tell.
No. Ooh, okay,
So,
all right, okay.
The first time we went over there as a challenge. So on base we had, so as we're pouring into all these other people, the people on base were pouring into us. So like at the end of the night we'd have like a service, and then in the morning we'd have a service before we went out on missions.
Yeah.
And they also had competitions and games at the night service.
Really?
And they had teams, and we were all United Church was on one team, and then the other churches were on the other teams. And our church won that competition, by the way. We won the whole thing.
Are you serious?
But
let's go.
Yeah, Sheldon won it for us.
Yeah. Go Shell, man. Hey, this is the second shout out you've had. You had a shout out in the last video. Now you're having a second one, dude. You better be watching these videos, man. I'm telling you, dude.
But yeah, we went to the beach as a thing to bury someone in the sand for one of the competitions. The competition was we had to hold a rope and run as a whole team with that rope and go complete all these different challenges. And the very last challenge was you had to go out of the base and go all the way down to the beach. And you had to bury 2 members of your team on the beach and make them into a mermaid sand person.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was interesting.
That is.
We were actually so far ahead of the competition there that they decided, hey, let's slow them down a little bit. So they kept on critiquing our mermaid and making us redo it several times because
that scale looks a little interesting to me. You might want to have to redo the whole thing.
Basically, and then they said, "Oh, add hair to that," and it was, They critiqued us until the other teams got there, and then they let us go. But we were pretty far ahead. The second time we went to the beach, we were going there to pray. We're going there to kind of just take a moment and see what God's revealing to us while we're there. And after that, we got to go into the water. We got to hang out and go to the water and do whatever. So we were praying over there, and at the end of that, we got to go out and have some fun on the beach while we were there. And out of the 6 people that went, it was only me, Ben, and Caleb that went out, and we went into the water. We tried to go drown each other in the water, so that was fun.
I'm telling you, Ben probably won that competition. Well, no,
actually,
look at this kid.
He did.
He kicked my butt in arm wrestling, guys, this afternoon. So I'm just
don't arm wrestle.
I'm just saying.
You're Sheldon, then Sheldon.
Yeah.
Me, I don't know how.
3 shout outs. 2 in the same video, bro.
So yeah, there was a lot of different things that happened, but yeah, Ben. It all started when Ben tried to drown Caleb, and then we weren't out too far. Like our feet could still touch the ground pretty easily. Then we went out a little further, and me and Caleb tag team Ben, almost drowned him.
Oh my god!
Took him down, and then Ben was going everywhere. But yeah, that was pretty fun.
Nice.
Then we got out. We didn't get to stay in the ocean for too long.
No,
but
I gotcha.
So they had our whole day planned out. So we only got to stay, or not do anything for maybe 4 hours throughout the whole day.
Yeah.
But it was spaced out so good that it didn't really feel like we were doing too much at a time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great. And another thing I will mention is that their ocean over there is really, really dirty.
Really?
Yeah, it's not blue like it is in Florida or anything like that. It's just straight up green.
Wow.
Just straight up green water.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I kind of understand that too. Probably the poverty in some areas, probably is why, and the pollution sometimes can really affect the ecosystem.
We also
there.
got to pray over a lot of people when we went and evangelized. They had this thing called Prayer Mountain, so we got to go up there and pray, and then
Sheldon got fried.
Yeah, Sheldon got cooked. Four shots. There you go.
4 shots.
But he even his scalp was burnt. No one else got that burnt. I can't think of anyone else that got burnt, to be honest. But there's someone else that got hurt. Jaden broke her toe while we were over there.
Oh no!
Yeah, so
that
was interesting to
wow.
kind of work around. But
yeah, she okay?
Yeah.
That's good. She slapped a splint on that and called it good.
She just kept on going, so we kept on going with it.
It's like Sheldon, dude, when he popped his shoulder out playing kick, or what was it, slip inside kickball or something like that at the camp?
Yeah.
He popped that bad boy in, and he kept playing when he should have followed out. Sheldon, fall out next time. Not 5, dude. That 5th one, you gotta listen to. Nah, I'm just messing. But yeah, so you were talking about how she broke it. She got hurt. Oh man, I'm glad that she's doing okay, man.
Then when we were evangelizing, she kind of had to stay in one spot, but she held a hug sign, and she had a lot of people come up and wanted to hug, and they got to pray over them.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so our group went out and started praying with people that we just randomly see, stopped, and hi, how are you doing? Can we pray for you? Can we help you out in any way?
Yeah.
And this one guy said that he was getting closer in his age to probably not being existent anymore.
Yeah.
And he just said that he wanted to draw closer to God every second he got, so he kept on reading his Bible.
That's awesome.
And so we talked to him for a little bit, and we asked him if there is anything that he wanted to share to us, because we're not there just to say, oh, we're gonna teach everyone about God. Right. People can teach God to us too. Mm-hmm. So he shared some verses with us and stuff he wanted us to know. Mm-hmm. And we went and got him some food because he was sitting on the side. Figured he was probably hungry, which he was. He was really, really grateful.
That's awesome.
We actually got some free time, so we went to go shop the very next day after evangelizing, and we met the same guy that we did that, and he thanked us that day too for all the food and everything.
That's amazing.
So it was pretty awesome.
Well, dude, that's awesome that this trip really blessed you, man. I'm glad that everything went great and awesome for you, dude, and that you had fun going, dude. But thank you guys so much for joining in to a Cup of Joe with Jag. Again, I got my Cup of Joe. My name's Jag. His name's Isaac. He's got his Cup of Joe. Thanks again for joining in. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, and share it with all your friends. Share this episode with all your friends. Go check out the YouTube channel. Go like and subscribe, comment, and all that fun stuff there. Thank you guys again so much. for tuning into. I'm still working on the closing part. Thank you guys again so much for tuning into Cup of Joe with Jack, and I will see you guys in the next one.
See ya.
Peace.